Morning, y'all. Welcome to another Super Metroid race. We keep doing these despite years of protests against them. They just keep coming. We have to keep talking about them.
Yeah.
We got a pretty exciting race today between SunWuFarmer and Idle, the 16th and 17th seed of this Super Metroid SGLIVE Online 2025 tournament. So one of the closest races by seeding in this tournament, and one that actually has pretty big implications on this group. SunWuFarmer, in one of the earliest races of the tournament, was able to take a game off of number 1 seed Zeb. So they're in a pretty big advantage, but if Idle's able to 2-0 this matchup, it might not end up mattering. So pretty interesting race we've got here. I am Derp, joined by MM2 and Saminster on tracking. How are y'all doing today?
I'm pretty good. Like you said, this is a really interesting race. Idle has been playing Rando for a hot minute. Also works on the Prac Hack and a lot of other cool things in the community. And SunWuFarmer just plays all sorts of things. SMC3, Map Rando. I've seen him play like Zelda and a bunch of other stuff. But now he's trying his hand at area, so I am very interested to see how this goes.
Yeah, I think Sunwoo has actually gotten really good at a lot of different Super Metroid randomizers in not a lot of time, actually. It's already, again, being able to compete with Zeb, one of the favorites for the tournament. So definitely exciting to see his growth over a few different randomizers, both here and Map Rando. But I do think this is going to be a really good match.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that one. Like, taking a game off the number 1 seed is, like, pretty good, especially when the number 1 seed is somebody who's not really a controversial number 1 seed. Even if he hasn't played all that much recently, he's still really good. So, definitely impressive showing for Sunwoo, but unfortunately, that will not help him in this race. He's got to play the game. So, we get the Morph in the ceiling, and we get an E-Tank start, which I am personally a big fan of.
Yep, we have a pretty close to the ideal start. If we can find a power bomb here and then like a super behind Morph, then we have the perfect start, just having all our ammo types and an early E-Tank. There's the power bomb, so looking good so far.
Let's go. 1 and 3 left to be the actual God start. It's always really nice just having all of your ammo types covered and an E-Tank. But a lot of different things can happen. It's usually not too bad to find supers, even if they are not right here. But we'll see what happens. And we do get them. Let's go.
Let's go. I do think there's a little bit higher than a 1 in 3 chance for those 2 early miners to be power bombs, because the seed has to be beatable. So there's a good chance that one of them is required to be power bombs to progress through the game. But either way, those power bombs are going to give us this behind morph check that doesn't really do us much. Back of East Meridias, not great. That was an interesting hopper situation that Sunwoo found themselves in.
Yeah, both of them actually ended up taking a hit there. But yeah, back of East.
For.
Exactly. Yeah, Sunwoo would be in fact dead without that E-Tank, but we are good. We are continuing. But yeah, back of East is, I would say, probably is my favorite portal to find at meme route, just because, well, of like the portals you can't do anything with immediately, just because it's in this mode, just such a bad portal. So it's like, great, 2 bad portals are connected to each other, and hopefully I never have to go back here. So it's just good to knock one off the list.
Right. I mean, the best portal is Green Bryn Elevator, and I actually don't think it's close. I think it's even a lot better than the other 2 Green Bryn portals, but
yeah,
of the things you can't do, being able to just not worry about back of East is generally good. That portal is quite bad, especially in Shifted, when you don't have the option of killing Dragon first to skip Botwoon.
I mean, honestly, I would go so far to say that I like back of East more than top of Green Bryn, just because then I get to do climb and parlor and save execution time on other people. But that's just me.
I think it's definitely a reasonable perspective.
Yeah. But Of portals that you can follow, top of Green Bryn is probably the best one, and it's not really close. I think Red Bryn, like above Kraid, is also a good one, but like of all the Red Bryn portals, I would probably pick that one. But like,
we need to pull up the tier list of all the portals there from the 2023 tournament.
Yeah. Okay, we have a grapple beam at BT, so nothing super interesting to be done with that yet. Does obsolete CWJ, which is very nice. But now we get
that X-ray check as well.
That is true. In logic, even. No deboost required. But now we can go to West Criteria and with our power bombs that we get our ship refilled. But it looks like Idle's going to go east instead.
Putting that grapple beam to use right away. I still don't like it because I don't like skipping Terminator. It's just right there, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's my thought. Is like, I do think these portals are quicker to get to though from ship, which is an interesting thing that I don't think I've considered all that much. And Idle does find top of West, which is a pretty good portal.
Yep. Can technically check every portal in West Meridia with the grapple beam.
That is true. And has the save so you can get out of pre-aqueduct conveniently by resetting.
Also gets a third super pack, while SunWu gets that second E-tank. And the bottom of West Meridia, funny enough.
Epic. So if SunWu finds the top of West, then he'll get to save some time, because he'll only have to check the one portal. And Idle finds the back of ship.
Another kind of bad portal to follow, but...
Okay, here's where you want to be. So I think what might end up happening is Idle gets this... Oh, Idle's not going to drop down West? Interesting.
I don't know why you don't.
Yeah, I feel like this is a mistake. You're committed to right side criteria already. So I would say you just commit to dropping down West here.
Yeah, I guess you're worried about all of the West Meridia portals being bad, but I just don't think that's something you should reasonably be worried about. Like, just get a bunch of portal knowledge. Even if West Meridia like somehow ends up being awful, then you just never have to go back there. Like, you'll know that everything is bad. You don't need to go to Moat either for the most part, unless you get an unlucky one way at the end of ship.
Yeah, exactly. There's just so much good that can come of getting the 3 portals there. It's just a bit silly to turn the knowledge down. But he will get one of those portals back. And then we'll find Red Bryn. So SunWu has found the front of ship atop Red Tower and is deciding to check the boss, which I think is probably correct here. He doesn't know the back, but can kill 3 out of the 4 bosses. So aside from
we can technically kill Dragon and get out with the high jumpless grapple escape. I don't know how comfortable SunWu is with that.
Yeah, me neither. It's on 2 tanks is a bit dicey, but
yeah, because you're using almost all of your energy to actually do the fight, and then you only have a few attempts at a high jumpless grapple escape, which can be finicky. That Covern is in a really awkward position.
Yeah, that's the real reason why you do Spooky, is just because it puts the Covern in a position that's easier to deal with.
Turns out when you're fast enough and you do the rooms at relatively the same speed every time, the Covern also goes in the same position every time. Which, if it's a bad position, then you're just miserable every time you do the room.
I don't like Idle abandoning ship here. I think you got to do this knowing both ends of ship, because they're not in particularly good spots to get to.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because Idle knows where the back of ship is, it's a lot more enticing to do ship there. For exactly the reason you just said. You're gonna struggle to get back to that. And if it is a boss you can do, which it is, it's a vanilla Phantoon, it could be bad.
Yeah. Plus you get you get right super and you get the E-Tank, and then you get to go back out the front and just live your life with 2 extra major checks in hand if it's something you can kill. And if not, then you know it's Ridley. Or Dragon if you're not comfy with that.
We do find the third bad boss entrance with the front of LN at middle of Red Tower.
I was too busy watching SunWu's Fantoon fight and missed it, but good to know. But yeah, now someone cleaning up this Fantoon fight.
Hasn't been the cleanest fight, unfortunately. Yeah. I think this is a 5-round. Hopefully we can get it fast. Of course not.
Yeah, that faster patch. 10 missiles is actually quite awkward, and he's missed a few Dopplers. Went for some pretty aggressive Dopplers, but did not manage to land all of them. And Idle Plane's charge at X-Ray, so pretty impactful item. Getting it this early, but what you would love to see at least 1 or 2 beams to go with it.
Yeah, the charge beam by itself doesn't actually do that much. It just, once you do find other beams, it completely nullifies the ammo aspect of the game for the most part.
Yeah.
Not entirely, but...
Yeah, like it's still useful to have like 30 supers for Ridley, especially if you're doing him without Varia. But at a certain point...
it cuts the amount of ammo you need to comfortably beat the game in half, essentially.
I would say even more than that, if you like, depending on how good your beams are. But this early, it's definitely like something like that. You just stop picking up missiles entirely once you get to like 25.
I usually go to around 30, but there's different.
You're a certified overchecker anyway.
Well, it wouldn't be over checking, just over collecting.
Same thing.
Is it? There's a gravity.
Well, it's the same thing when it helps prove my point.
Fair enough.
But yeah, Idle finds gravity at Spacers, so he is getting a bunch of good stuff here, and someone just got an E-Tank at right super, so not exactly what you want to hope for.
This is actually kind of awkward. Idle does have, or SunWu does have to do the sponge bath. I don't actually know if SunWu is practiced on this, so may end up having to abandon the check, and it doesn't look like he's even going to bother.
Oh gosh, we are doing top of ship with no speed this early. This is... I'm worried. Okay. I think we do have a plan for Attic, though, so this is a lot better than it could be.
Idle, meanwhile, finds the back of Green Bryn at the tube. Gonna check these last 2 Red Tower portals. Might end up finding another Green Bryn, but more importantly, just want the knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, we find Main Street as well. Honestly, no, I think you just do Green Bryn. I was considering doing Mama Turtle for a second here, but then top right of West is just even more orphaned. I think if this portal was top right of West, you would just do Mama Turtle now, just to get it out of the way, because you're never going to West ever again.
I don't hate doing Mama Turtle here. Maybe it's just too slow, because it is a bit of a hike to get up there. There's actually some awkward movement required as well, without high jump.
It's not that bad. It's just like 1 room, and then you have to use grapple to get your item, but it's fine.
Yeah. It's not that bad. You just have to you have to know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Yeah. It's more a knowledge check than anything else, but so is half the stuff in this game.
Believe it or not, you have to know how to do the rooms in the game to do the rooms in the game.
Surprise Pikachu face.
We'll see if this bowling is anything good. It could be... There are a lot of good items still. There could be, Varia is the big one, but Ice, Speed, Plasma is actually pretty good here because we know SunWu's about to get charge.
This is true. Plasma would also be good for that reason.
Is that what I said?
I think it was, and then I ignored you.
Nice.
Because I'm a great Kokon. Smile.
Well, the Plasma Beam is pretty good, as well as the Plasma Beam.
Yeah. Also, second Plasma as well. But
it's not a Plasma Beam.
E-Tank number 4 million.
It's also not an item that gets us across Sponge Bath, so it doesn't look like SunWu's going to bother with that either. Just going to leave.
Yeah. It's definitely a certified vanilla map trick. And I think SunWu was born after the age of vanilla map. So...
Yeah. There are a lot of ways to get across Sponge Bath, but like we were just saying, they require knowing how to do them.
Yeah. That's, just generally how Super Metroid goes. But Idols in Green Brand now has gotten a reserve from Charge Beam, and someone's checking the kit miner, which I approve of. We are supering the grappleable zeros, though. Oh, we're just farming power bombs. Never mind.
I don't. We're going to X-ray anyways. I don't know why we're doing that, but that's okay.
Probably we're on one power bomb. I would like to not be on one power bomb.
True.
Definitely, it's something I
Neuron
felt before.
activation, room with power bombs to collect.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Also, don't think we mentioned it, but Idol found Croc at Green Hill, which he then decided not to do because he had Green Brain in his face and clearable. So, understandable.
Seems pretty good. So yeah, Sunwoo is a little bit behind now, partially because of doing the ship and partially because of doing the whole ship, going to the top.
Yeah.
So the question is really just how powerful is having Wreck Ship out of the way, and is the one item that Sunwoo didn't get, or I guess the two items, but are they important?
Yeah.
Like if we find like a Varia suit at the E-Tank, or potentially the reserve, because we've got speed here in Green Bryn.
Yep. Shouts to putting run on the L button like Idol does, because he is not an angle down user.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Actually, maybe he does have it on select for randos, because I think most randos have.
I don't think you can put an angle button on a face button.
Well, you can in the vanilla game, of course, but I don't know. I know Varia patches that, so where you can put any button on anything.
I don't think Dash patches that, but I could be wrong. I never use it. So.
Well, great news. Me too.
Normal angle inputs, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know Varia does, which is why I brought it up. But I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Idol just puts in his controls like everybody else and doesn't think about it. But either way, we have the speed booster now, which is a pretty good item, shockingly.
Yep.
So,
not the most fruitful or Green Bryn otherwise, just a bunch of tanks. I think a reserve and 2 or 3 tanks. There is still the waterway check, which we can do now, but it is a bit awkward to go back to, especially since there's a pretty good chance this is something we want to follow at this portal. Basically, the only ones that we don't are a one-way or back of LN.
Yeah, it'll be a little awkward if we find, like, single chamber, though.
Sure.
Just because it's not, like, you don't really want to be doing Upper Norfer. Oh, we are not checking this portal. This is a decision of all time.
Yeah, I think it's fine, but you really get burned if that portal is not something you want to follow.
Yeah, I think the plan here is waterway, then Croc, then the portal. And, like, you can, like, save in Croc and then reset it? Maybe this is more fine than I thought. Okay, maybe that's not what we're doing.
Are we doing, like, Croc, then waterway, then?
Is Top of Grimburn not real? Did it get patched out?
They took the elevator away.
Yeah.
Can't have anything in Green Bryn.
So true.
It's
Okay,
out of maintenance. Or it's under maintenance, sorry.
Okay, yeah, I do not know what's happening here. Someone is now doing Green Bryn, though, which is...
We'll have to ask Idol about that at the end of...
Yes, absolutely.
We do have 2 races back-to-back, as is the norm for this tournament. Most people just scheduling both of their best-of-ones back-to-back.
Yeah, add it to the list of stuff to ask in an interview. But it does look like we are doing East.
I mean, I think this is fine. It's a little bit of a scary Ridley. But if we can get a 30th secret back, then it's very doable.
You get 2 good chances. 3 if you do left sandpit, which I think is reasonable. I'd like this a lot more if we knew what ship boss was, from Idol's perspective. I think that would be a big help.
I'd like it a lot more if we didn't just orphan 4 checks and a portal to go back to this. But I digress.
Yeah. Wait, 4 checks? What's the fourth one? Waterway.
Mama Turtle. It's like we went back
no.
out of Green Britain anyways. We could have done that as well.
True. Yeah.
Maybe calling that a fourth check on the way is a stretch, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, it's... You have Waterway, Croc, and Croc, but, like... I don't know. I'm thinking of Mama Turtle as on the way to top right Western Radio more than anything else right now.
I mean, sure, but, like, that was another option. Just, like,
Yes.
go to Mama Turtle, go to Preoccupied.
Absolutely. Anyways, pretty good bounce win from Idle. It does get bombs at Bombs and E-Tank, which is not a great item, but it's definitely a sleeper item for if you're doing very less level warfare, I will say.
Someone actually has to go into the Firefly room here to farm power bombs to get to the Edakun Bridge.
Yeah. My game 2 versus Sunflower yesterday, I had 0 power bombs in Big Pink, and then I got a power bomb drop from a side hopper, so I didn't have to farm in Big Pink, and then I got a power bomb drop from a Rio afterwards, so I didn't have to go to the Firefly room. It was ridiculously epic.
Yeah, I saw that one. That's the number 3 seed luck for you.
Hey, 3 is a magic number. What can I say?
True.
So we get to speed now, and yeah, Idle. This is not a Ridley that is happening, unless Precious is specifically a super, and we game out of our minds.
I mean, even then, we're not full health. We're not full supers. Like,
yeah,
we basically have to go back and farm again to do a Ridley here.
Yeah.
But then again, you've come all this way. I wonder if Idle feels pressured to do that if that's the case. It is a super.
Oh.
Idle might come.
I think we're just resetting. If it's a Ridley, it's not a Ridley.
Grade. Gonna say it's actually a higher than 1 in 3 chance to be Ridley because Fantoon was vanilla. So
that is true. I'd have to pull up my spreadsheet, but it's not set up to handle situations where you know what boss shuffling it is, because I made it for mystery. And Idle does get the plasma. That's actually huge. Oh my gosh.
Very important item to find with the charge beam already.
So Idle does know where the back of East goes.
Yeah, and I don't think you want to follow that. Like, I guess you could go to the back and then go down Redfish for Mama Turtle, but that seems a little bit silly. When we could just go out the front and then go up for the same result. Find a business center. Where was this for SunWu? I didn't look.
Probably top of Green Britain.
You know what? I think it was. So that is potentially bad for Idle.
Yeah, also finds Turian here, which is a very good thing to know about.
Okay, so we kind of know the full map here, unless we get the rare self-connect in Upper Norfair.
Yeah. Yeah.
The portals we have left are Pre-Aqueduct, Grade's Lair, and back of LN. And in theory, unless something silly happens, all 3 of those are somewhere in Bubble Mountain. Which is potentially good for Idle, actually.
Yeah, I would say, like, the way this is looking now is the later you do Upper Norfair, the better. Because, well, you know, the problem is that Idle still will need to go back for ship.
Right. I mean, I guess it's kind of a wild play to go back to ship now over all of the other things you could do that are closer.
Yeah.
But if Idle does that, then it's actually a really good route.
Yeah, because then you just, I don't know, because, like, if you get both East and ship done before you find Upper Norfair, then the game just ends here, and you do back-to-back LN Crate, and then you're a happy camper. Assuming you can find enough stuff to take care of Ellen with a potential Ridley in it, which is not an easy
It's a
task.
50-50 at this point, because we've seen a non-vanilla boss.
This is true. But Sunwoo will have a lot of energy now for Hell Runs, so I would not be surprised to see him just take on Bubble Mountain now.
I think going to Bubble Mountain here, Sunwoo is a reasonable decision. It does make things a little awkward, because I guess the front of East actually isn't that bad to get back to, because you just go down pre-aqueduct.
Yeah, but I mean, he doesn't right now. Someone doesn't know East criteria and that stuff, so I don't think someone knows that he's guaranteed a West Meridia portal in here, but he'll get one,
Right.
unless it's a self connect.
Yeah, we're operating under the assumption that it's not a self-connect, but that could happen. And it looks like Idol might actually be making that ship play that we were talking about.
Oh, actually, looking at Sunwoo's area tracker, I think someone just found front of green, back of Ruin Brand and just dove it immediately, and doesn't know the other two portals at the bottom of the tower, which is a choice.
Definitely a thing you can do. Not a good one.
And we're not saving? This is going to be real bad if it's Ridley. Or did we save it Frog Speedway?
Surely, right?
If we've saved it Frog Speedway, this is fine. Not saving here is actually.
I'm just gonna believe. I'm gonna believe in the runners not
yes.
diving into a Ridley without a save.
Well, we have a Ridley.
Yeah, there it is. Good news for potential LN play. Yeah, that number of tanks tells me that the save is very recent.
Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay, so that was a good play. I take back all my criticism. That was just genuinely good.
Smart plays. We can now just run back through Frog Speedway. Probably go to Chronic, I would say. Just keep checking portals. I don't think we stop after one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what I would do in Sunwoo's position.
The door was
yeah. Yeah. But
I want to go down the left side of that room anyways, because then you at the bottom you can shoot through the door and then get max run speed for this next room.
Well, not max run speed. We have speed, but if we didn't have speed, it would be max run speed.
Well, either way,
yeah,
enough speed to get through the room quickly.
Yeah. More run speed than you would normally get. Maybe you could spark it. That's an idea.
Okay. So single chamber has pre-aqueduct. We have full map knowledge combined between the two. Neither one has everything, so both of them are still hunting. I might have reset there to refill health.
Yeah, this is going to be really sketchy to get to single chamber. This is why going this path is generally bad. I remember I lost a race to Nasarius back in the day because I went this way and died.
I think it's usually fine. Funny enough, it's usually fine going the other way if you want to get from wave to chronic, but going the vanilla way, just like it feels worse.
I mean,
think it usually is worse.
It is worse because Volcano Rim isn't heated when you're going from wave to chronic, but it is not great.
I was more saying it feels slower, even though there's no logical reason for that to be the case.
I don't actually know why that is. It's because your brain's messed up, man.
I guess. It's also like you have the opportunity to just jump down Bubble Mountain, which is faster, whereas going from chronic to single chamber, you have to go through a few heated rooms.
Yeah, and then Bubble Mountain. But somebody gets like first try right side Bubble Mountain. Very, very nice.
Yep. It's a map rando tech. That's actually an important... It's a vanilla map strat that's important in map rando.
Yeah, I guess I should stop being impressed now. No, I'm kidding.
Hold up.
It was actually pretty good. And there's the Varia suit for SunWu.
All right. Well, in theory, that's the end of the game. I don't know how comfortable SunWu is with just Charged Spazer, though.
Yeah. This would definitely be interesting seeing him try to finish the game on this. But this is definitely winnable. You do
behind a
also...
boss, too. Which I guess
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
situation, I would probably just be checking behind bosses for
Yeah,
exactly Plasma Ice.
Well, yeah. Well, Plasma Ice, High Jump Space, Third
There are a few.
Power Bomb, Screw even is good.
Well,
But
you're
Plasma
not
Ice...
third power bomb behind a boss.
Not with that attitude.
I guess so.
But no, yeah, I don't think I'd check Wave. Norfa Reserve is pretty appealing, but I don't think I would do it because I'm too sweaty. But yeah, SunWu still has a bunch of portals to check because he doesn't know front of East at this point.
Right.
But if yeah, since he goes here, he'll check the top and find West, and then I think he'll just get full map knowledge off of all this.
Yeah, I assume, because SunWu hasn't seen Redfish, I assume that's where he's going right away. Just Redfish to East Criteria,
Yep.
gets everything there, and then goes back down to finish bottom of Red Tower.
Yeah, this will actually work out really well.
I don't know about going all the way to this side of the room to grapple across, but whatever. Whatever works, right?
It gets you to the top of the room. Getting to this top portal without like space is actually kind of shambles.
Yeah.
So, whatever you make work, it's fine, I guess.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, you can just spark at the bottom of the room, which is usually what I like to do on this equipment set. But no, actually, no, I would grapple. I don't know what I'm
You
saying.
just have grappling beam.
Yeah, you just have grapple. You grapple from the top right to the top. That's how Super Metroid works. And Idle will be checking the E tank, so we'll be getting whatever it is SunWu left behind.
Can't be Varia, but there are still a lot of good items. Also, still a lot of tanks. We'll find a reserve. I will love
Excellent. I'm sure that's exactly what Idle wanted. Not.
Funny enough, if the reserve, the wreck ship reserve, is also a tank, then that's a 4-tank ship. So that's epic.
That is actually pretty epic. And there's plenty of tanks left in the pool, so it is possible.
Yeah. Actually, not likely at this point. I think there are enough majors that it's more likely to be one than a tank. But it's actually pretty close.
It's probably 50-50. Either it's a tank or it's not. Smile.
It's very close to 50-50.
Yeah. Yeah, SunWu he now has full map knowledge, knows that this will be the front of East, and that he can do the boss. So...
Yep. He's already seen Ridley, but he can actually fight Ridley at this point. So the dream here is just that SunWu is in the mindset of checking behind bosses, just for a little bit more comfort. Because that Plasma Beam... if this isn't already enough to end the game, the Plasma Beam will be, for sure. That just makes Ridley and Mother Brain so much faster. Mainly Mother Brain, because we already have 30 supers, but...
Yeah. And then I guess SunWu's route will...
Fast. You notice that?
Yeah. That's actually kind of impressive, I won't lie. But yeah, SunWu's route from this will be just goes out the front of East, then back to West, and then you just go back to Upper Norfair, do back-to-back Ellen, and create, and then you're at Turian. So, be a pretty good route. Idle is just up this boss for now, but I think SunWu will end up pulling ahead.
Yeah, I think at this point, the rest of the route works well enough for SunWu that he's pretty far ahead.
Yeah, I agree. Assuming he can end up being comfortable with doing the things.
Mm-hmm. I would actually say SunWu's route is pretty close to how I would have routed this. Just obviously doing the wreck ship E-tank instead of top of ship. But
Yeah.
it ends up getting another tank either way. And then I think the rest of the route SunWu's played very well.
Yeah, I'll agree with that one. Just the whole skipping the bottom two of red tower is also a little bit unhinged.
That one was also a little silly, but I don't know if it actually changes what SunWu ended up doing in practice that much. So I think you're still just clearing out all of the Bubble Mountain portals and then going to the right side criteria. The only difference is when you go back down to Red Tower, you know what you're finding.
Well, you don't. Well, I don't think you do actually, because maybe you don't. I don't know. Maybe there's some world where you like back to front LN after Varia, like because you in theory have all the portals you want. You just like.
Well, SunWu already has ship. I don't know why we're back to front LN.
Just so you can get back to East, because we don't know what single chamber is. I don't know.
I guess. And there's that plasma beam.
Anyways, Idol does get the Dream 4 tank wreck ship, 3 E and 1 reserve.
Was it actually another E tank at the reserve?
It was.
Awesome. There it is. We still only have 5 power bombs, so this isn't even a doable LN. Luckily, the Varia is fairly on path once Idol finally gets back to Upper Norfair, which is actually pretty tough to do. With Idol making that one really interesting play. I wonder if it was just like a variance forcing play. I think someone in chat mentioned maybe because the right side criteria didn't really work out, Idol felt pressured to make a play and skipped that portal check.
Yeah. Just feels a little bit bizarre.
Yeah.
Of all the skips to make, that's definitely like one of the weirder ones I've seen.
Yeah, and it was pretty punishing too. Idol, had he just done the normal play of going up the elevator, would have gotten into Upper Norfair and probably would have gotten that Varia suit pretty quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
Potentially could have skipped everything in ship, which would have saved a lot of time over SunWu, even if the route's a little more awkward.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a winning position. It's hard to say without seeing it play out, obviously, but...
Yeah, it also depends on Idol playing it versus, like, the, in theory, ideal player playing it in your head. I don't know.
Yeah, believe it or not, we are not playing a task. We have to actually get through all of the rooms. So your execution does play a part. Not just for Idol, for all of us. Except MM2, he's a robot.
Well, that's fricked. How could you help me like that?
The people have to know. There's a 15th power bomb. That's actually a pretty big find for SunWu.
Yeah.
I'd almost say that's like the stop checking items right there. The go mode at 3rd power bomb. It's like, now ice, while still being nice, obviously, isn't nearly as important since we can kill all the Metroid rooms.
Yeah. You just no longer have to play the 28% gamble. Or really, get a powerbomb drop in M1 or reset turret immediately.
Yeah, which to be fair isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's just fine.
Resetting the first Metroid room.
I've
resetting Hurricane after the first Metroid room, I should say. Idol, funny enough, is going to get this powerbomb at about the same time.
Yeah, just has a lot less portal knowledge.
Yeah, it doesn't have like any of the... Actually doesn't have anything in Upper Norfair.
Yeah, I think Idol is just missing exactly Upper Norfair and then just the stuff that connects to it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Idol has full knowledge other than Upper Norfair.
Yeah. So I guess he knows that this has to go to Upper Norfair or to self-connect somewhere. But unfortunately, he still needs to check items for the Varia suit. But he will get put right next to Varia.
Yeah, because that's single chamber, so...
Yeah, maybe this race is, like, somewhat close? If this is, like, ice? Oh, it's an E-Tech. Dang.
Yeesh. I mean, Idol probably checks wave first. That's another chance to hit ice, but I think at this point, SunWu is...
Oh, wait, yeah. No, I misremembered where Varia was. Varia's at speed. Never mind. I thought Varia was at wave for some reason.
We have not seen wave.
Yeah, that is another chance to hit ice and save sometime, but this is, Again, a pretty commanding position for SunWu. But Idle does save here. We'll go through the portal, find single chamber.
Yeah, I mean, on this much energy,
Yeah.
there's no other play other than just doing this.
Yeah, you're basically immortal, and you have a Crystal Flash, so...
Not that you would do anything else either way, given that Idle has everything in Upper North to do and nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go back to Croc. That's an option.
Do
Actually,
Waterway.
is Idle going to do the speed check first? That'd be hype.
We're doing North... what are we doing, actually? Are we doing
I think
portals?
we're going to Business Center first.
Let's go.
Which I don't
see Bubble
love
out and do
that.
Business Center. Yeah, this is...
I think in this case, I feel like you just do the closest things to you, which is the wave speed checks.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
agree.
we have knowledge that that is what will give Idle the best chance of winning. But I still think that's correct in what I would do in that situation.
Yeah, you just want the items before you want the portals, because all the portals are stuff you want to do after you've done the items. Like, with your chance for Varia being collected already.
Yeah, your back of LN and your Kraid Slayer with a high chance of Ridley are things that you would like your Varia suit for, so you should do the checks that can get you Varia suit.
Exactly.
Now Idle's actually in a bit of a scary spot. Especially if we're doing this. Has to get this gate glitch fairly quickly, or things can get
This
weird.
is fine for now, but yeah, if we keep missing this, then this is...
We do have the pre-Aqueduct save
Not
worst
epic.
case. This is enough health to get across, though, especially with grapple.
Yeah, just needs to not colossally mess up.
I think even without grapple, you could get across on this health, though. It would require some pause abuse.
Yeah, that may be correct. But we do survive.
Yeah.
Now with high health for Ridley. Well,
Yeah, if we want to just send it to Ridley, this should be a fairly comfortable fight. Or as comfortable as a suitless, high jumpless fight can be. We just have so much energy.
exactly. 921 even, with a reserve.
I mean, the worst thing about Ridley is that it requires Varia, so we are not going to find our Varia here.
Yeah. Yeah, someone like can use a lot of charge shots. I think he tried grapple kill once and did not get it.
I don't hate it, but it is not the fastest fight ever.
Yeah, especially when your charge is dealing 450 rather than something larger than that.
I'd also like to see SunWu just skip the drops and leave as fast as possible. It looks like we're even checking the item. Or we're grabbing the drops and sparking into the ceiling.
Hype.
Hi.
Riveting gameplay. Okay, we did it. Sparked into the correct ceiling. But yeah, now Idle is doing the Ridley fight that he signed up for.
Yep.
Maybe Idle just
enter the
sends
fight
LN.
with 30 supers, or potentially even more.
He entered
Idle
with
could
full
send
minus
LN.
1, I think.
But-
It's definitely viable.
Ridley's dead, right?
Yes, yeah, Ridley was definitely done.
Surely. Yeah, nice to find Ridley at the Kraid Slayer boss, because there's a refill right outside the boss area. So you just get to fill your health back up for free. No charge. You know, SunWu actually skipped the bombs. Had the opportunity to pick them up at Batu knee tank, but just ran past them.
It's true.
Which I don't think bombs would have saved the time to get them, because it's more than 7 seconds. You would have to actually get the bombs and then roll out of the tunnel and build your speed back up.
Forgot Idle has wave, not someone.
Where is Idle going? I think maybe had a bit of a think there. There's a space jump. That's a nice find for SunWu.
There's a pretty good item as far as they go when you're checking Fireflies.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I see Idol didn't take the refill we were talking about, but gets an E-tank there anyways, so everything's just fine. Still needs to do that lower Norfair, though. SunWu still has to fight Kraid as well.
Oh.
To correct the tracker. As in MM2, because I think MM2 is the one who tracked that.
Yeah. There's been some boss debacles, because for Shifted, we want to use the tracker to track the areas in which the bosses are killed, which is a little counterintuitive.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Salmon Stir for being perfect and making no mistakes, despite
So
MM2
true.
trolling and griefing.
I'm literally doing this to cause Salmon Stir grief.
I think I would not bother killing the third pirate. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe Derp is calling these Keanu's pirates.
I mean, they are. They are technically space pirates.
Yeah, I guess they are. They are. Are they employed by the space pirates or whatever? Do they get
Space
salaries?
Pirates isn't an organization, it's a race. Or,
Okay, true.
I guess not a race, a collection of races.
Listen, I don't know Metroid lore. I just play the game.
It's okay. I was talking about this yesterday. Metroid lore doesn't make any sense if you actually look at any of the games and try to connect them.
So true.
But who cares? It's mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally just press the keys and move Samus around and shoot things, and sometimes it works. But now I get to do the other things, but Idol, unfortunately, does not have the various suit, and also is doing the way longer boss area.
My favorite part of Metroid lore is when Ridley waits for less than 10 minutes after Samus leaves Ceres to break into Ceres, so Samus just comes back.
Yeah.
I think that was a pretty good plan from noted military genius, commander of the Space Pirates, Ridley. Or technically he's a general, he's not a commander. He's not in charge, he's just a military leader. But my point
He's not in charge, he's just a leader.
My point still stands. Not a great plan.
Well, I agree. Hence why Samus shows up with no gear at all, because that's how video games work.
Maybe not a good plan from Samus either, taking off all her gear.
Yeah, just for fun, because she didn't want to use the gear she already had. She wanted to
You gotta challenge yourself in life sometimes, right?
So true. Anyways, Isla finds Space Jump, which is great except for the part that he wanted probably anything else, which means an E-tank or maybe ice. High jump would also have been pretty hype.
Has not had the cleanest lower Norfair. Already a lot of energy down. We've just got to key stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, shooting the Keanu's rather than hitboxing him may be part of the problem, but do make it to the save room, so since this is not Ridley, this is fine. We've also turned off speed at some point.
You need to make sure to keep the power bomb count high enough. I think we're just crystal flashing in the morph tunnel, though.
Yeah, I think that's gotta be what's happening here.
Yeah, just like crystal flash right here.
Yep.
This is a bit late. I think we're fine though.
Yeah, that was fine. It's about where I crystal flash.
We didn't see what was behind Dragon, right?
No, yeah, we did not. We did not. So, could definitely be an E-tank.
Chat pointing out that Sunwoo will have to do the speed Zeb skip, although technically it doesn't have to. You have enough ammo
Yeah.
to get through everything.
Yeah, could do the speed Zeb skip or the no Zeb skip.
The Zeb skip, if you will.
So true. The Zeb skip is actually when you skip the first Zeb with ice and then remember that you're running true completion and are thus required to kill the Zebs and then kill it from behind. Which I have definitely never done in my life.
I think the funniest Zeb skip related thing I've ever done was Zeb skipping on the third one. And I don't remember why, but there was a good reason for it, I'm sure.
It's pretty hype.
The good reason was that I was playing map random. Who cares? We're here to have fun.
So true. I remember, well, I mean, I know when you're doing really tight ammo mother random, you're killing the glass. You want to, like, if you can, skip on the first Zeb, kill the glass.
I think that's what it was, where it's like needed to break the glass. So I did like a first Zeb skip. I don't know.
Like, you could
there was a good reason for it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm confident, even.
There's no way I would mess it up.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Impossible. Sunwoo is through with these Powerbomb Metroid rooms, the 15th Powerbomb, making things nice and cozy.
Yeah, also does in fact want to get damaged by all the things, because unless he does baby skip on this, but I somehow doubt it.
There's a high jump.
Yeah, that is actually
nice.
pretty hype for Idle.
We'll need to do another Crystal Flash to get out, and then, depending on how deep that Crystal Flash is, that should be enough health to just leave. Although we are going back into a heated room in proc entry.
Yeah.
Actually, Bacavellin was at Chronic, right?
Yeah, Bacavellin was Chronic, yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty close to the Nutella refill anyway, so we're fine.
Yeah, have the wave as well, so you don't have to rely on a...
Yeah, like gate glitch. I would have just run through the acid here, but I think we're just going back into the other room and then CFing, but I think we should be fine after that.
We're fine. The Powerbomb situation is going to be a bit weird.
Yeah.
I guess we can farm Fire Fleas.
I just think we just don't CF again. I think you just have to game that hard. But I think it should be fine.
Not all of us can game that hard, unfortunately. MM2.
You have 10+2! And that's, like, good movement. Come on.
We do have basically full boulder out movement. Should be fairly cozy.
Yeah.
Idle does have bombs, so I was gonna say this might not be enough power bombs to get out, but
yeah, no, we have
don't
enough.
need any power bombs to get out other than this one. Looks like Sunwoo is in fact doing the Zeb skip.
Yeah, it's also doing the 4 super strat, which is wasting a little bit of ammo, but not actually that much.
Yeah. Doesn't matter too much.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter at all, because assuming nothing catastrophic happens, he will just kill Mother Brain and move on with his life to game 2 after taking the W.
Yep, even if Idle is able to get out of Lower Norfolk cleanly, which unfortunately the health is already looking kind of sus. We might have taken a Key Hunter hit. We definitely took one there.
Yeah, and we're taking one again here, because having the 2 congregating there is very unpog.
Yeah. Gotta learn that, the manip from the save room. It's funny, like, that took forever to be found, and now I don't even know the manip from not the save room. I just go in the save to get the pirate out of the way half the time.
Yeah, the real strat is just, I don't know, not saving. Because who does that in 2025?
The real strat is just finding your Varia at the entrance of the area.
Real.
Spy Kids. Idle.
Please don't die.
I mean, surely not, right?
Surely we're fine. He does clearly have his health, his ammo saved for a CF, so.
Funny enough, entering the room at 30 health is kind of clutch, because it means we aren't in health bomb, and these will still drop power bombs.
Yeah.
problem is, then we have to leave the room again, and we will probably not be so fortunate.
It's okay. We'll get a. I don't know.
Actually, Idol could have Crystal Flash, but opted to
Okay, now we're at Health Bomb for sure.
Power Bomb the Fune there. the crazy heads up play that, like, you would have to really think about this to do it, but you can actually get over the Fune head, with a bomb jump. So you bomb jump over it to get to the back, and then get all of your power bombs from the Fire Fleas in Crystal Flash.
Yeah. I don't know. I trust that that's totally reasonable.
I mean, it is. It's a little bit of a weird bomb jump because you can't just lay the bomb and hold against the Fune. You have to actually press the right input at the top of your bomb jump, get it across. Don't ask me why. I do not know.
Super Metroid has a functional collision engine.
I'll just take a spike hit and Crystal Flash. You don't have to go in here. Whatever.
Okay, 40 health is way better than 20 health. That's how this works, right?
No, the Fune does not have to be frozen. You can just bomb jump over it. You just have to time it so the bomb jump doesn't get interrupted by a fireball. So, little tech there. Not super useful for area. It's very much a map rando tech because it is something in hard logic, so it can be forced to get morph.
Wait, hold the phone. How are you doing that without morph?
Or sorry, it can't be forced to get morph, but it can be forced to get progression.
Okay.
I'm silly.
So hold on.
I mean, it could be forced to get morph if you're doing like a G mode artificial morph, an expert or something, some nonsense. I'm sure there's a way to make it required.
There's always a way, because it's silly.
Well, Idol will make it to Turian at least. Unfortunately,
Turian's a business owner. I guess he will, but it will not be.
Might not get to the elevator, but we'll get to the area.
We'll see. I guess, yeah, Leox without high jump does kind of suck.
Yeah, there's not a great way to do it. Unless you have screw, but no high jump, no screw. You're kind of forced to take the first half of the room really slowly. Big vertical spark.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward just doing Leox without high jump, just because of how it all works out, but it'll get through. And we'll be getting a 57 on the seed, which is honestly a pretty good time. Yeah. SunWu will take the win in this race, and Idol will see the finish. And I assume take the forfeit. Yeah.
Official time of 57:50 for SunWu. Big sub hour, given that the suits were actually a little bit late, or at least the Varia suit was. So getting a sub hour in this seat is pretty impressive. We were already talking about how the route for SunWu, other than the skipping the other two bottom red tower portals, was really strong.
Yeah, I think there was one other thing we didn't like. He did ship early, which we liked.
Yeah, the other thing was just doing the top of ship, but
oh yeah, that was it. Yeah,
I don't really think that's a routing decision. That's just a
decision.
A decision, yeah.
Yeah, it's a decision. But yeah,
here's a decision you guys should make. Stay tuned because we got another race coming up right after this. Should be starting in a little bit, so about 5 minutes or so. Yeah, y'all should stick around.
Yep. See you then.